Welcome to another fun fact video. This fun fact in radiology is going to be about the Pigg-O-Stat. Pigg-O-Stat. That's right. It's a Pigg-O-Stat, and it's viewed as a torture device. It was a huge meme across the internet a few years ago because it looks like they joked about putting a kid in a blender and that kind of stuff. But I'll show you what it looks like here. I'm just going to do a screen share, probably the easiest way to do it. This is so helpful, such a helpful device. Anybody that's been in the field long enough knows the use. But what I'm showing you here is it's another YouTube video, and I'll link to it, and you get full credit for doing it, whoever this is, RGH3455. But it's a good, short, quick demonstration, although there's no volume or anything. What you've got here is a situation where we have to, as techs, we have to image a child who's too small to really obey commands for the most part, or they're hysterical or whatever. And you can see the kid down there in the corner playing on the other side of the room. But parents are allowed to come in and assist, or you don't even really need parents, is the other benefit of this machine. But let's get this guy, get him some lead on, because what's going to happen here is, now this is the Pigg-O-Stat machine right here. And for those of you that don't know, this piece of equipment right here is the tube that's going to shoot an X-ray. It's currently aimed right at this board right here. And inside that board is where there's a cassette or a detector that's going to collect the X-ray beam. And typically you have a patient stand in front of it, shoot the X-ray, and that's how an X-ray is done. This immobilizer, this Pigg-O-Stat, is a clear casing that wraps around the patient's body, and you hold their arms straight up and close this thing around them so that the arms are up out of the way, and you can do an X-ray image of the patient without the arms in the way. And so we've letted the parent up. I'm assuming this is the dad. Obviously, that's the tech. And it looks like a bicycle seat down here in the bottom. And you're going to put the kid straight down in the tube, like putting them down into a tube, and the legs go around that bicycle seat, and they actually sit on the bicycle seat. And then the parent's going to hold the arms and pull them kind of taut up so that the kid's kind of elongated a little bit. And there's a holder on the backside of the Pigg-O-Stat that's going to hold the cassette. So you're not capturing the image in the detector, although you can. So if you don't have a parent, you just stick the kid in here, hold their arms up yourself, snap the thing shut, push them up against this bucky right here, go take the picture real quick. Now, there's no chance of them falling out or anything because they're locked into this thing. But you can take an image in the bucky, or you can have a parent right there. See how he's holding the hands upright? So got interrupted by a phone call there. So we're in the Pigg-O-Stat. The dad's holding, so she just clipped it shut. So these two they're like C's, but they're like this, and they hinge, so they come around and they snap shut. So that kid now is held securely in that position, and because of the bicycle seat, there's no way they're sliding down. And so even if they start to squeal and holler and whatever, actually it can be helpful if they're crying, because they're taking big breaths as they're crying, and you can time your X-ray with the lungs full. Let's see if there's anything else. Anyway, you saw the basics, and I'll see if I can clip in some images into this video over here. Okay, there it is. So that's the viral picture of the baby in the Pigg-O-Stat that everybody made fun of. But this is the Pigg-O-Stat machine. There's various versions of the kids in there, but you can see that they're basically just arms up. It locks around them. There's a demonstration. Let's see if we can find the actual Pigg-O-Stat company. Oh, I probably should go here. Let's see, the Pigg-O-Stat. It's actually named after actually, it was an X-ray tech that invented this thing, and his last name was Pigg, P-I-G-G. So let's see, 1960. You know what I should do? Here's the article. I'll post this. This is the article I wrote about it. Nice big fat article that goes over all the different aspects of it. See if there's anything I need to tell you that I haven't already. Takes a picture of the chest. It's really not good for any other body part, right? It's just for the chest. There are other ones, the Pigg-O-Poser, Infantainer, Child Huggers, the Papoose. There's an octagonal infant immobilizer, and then you can try using sandbags and Velcro straps to hold them in place, but nothing quite works the same as those are just sponges and stuff to try and show you how you can use it. But here's a Pigg-O-Poser. It's a chair. You put the kid in it, you gotta kind of handcuff them to the top there. Let's see. Pigg-O-Stat, industry favorite. This is the foot immobilizer. You can add to it if you want to hold the feet down. Mr. Pig was an X-ray technician, it says on their website, but that was back in the 60s when we were called that. If you saw my other video, it explains that. Granted the patent in 1962. Here's the Papoose board, very similar. You strap them down and shoot through. So there's something different you don't see in other industries, and people outside of our industry don't understand what it's for. But it's definitely a very useful item. And with that, I will leave you with the Pigg-O-Stat. There are some people that absolutely hate these things. They think they're torturous and they're not comfortable with them. But in my opinion, is because they haven't used them and they haven't gotten comfortable with them. Those of us who have used them and know the value of being able to get an image the first time without repeats on a kid understand that it may look awkward and it may look like maybe it's not super comfortable for the child. But the only alternative is to have a parent put lead on or two and come and try to hold them in these. And holding them upright is really hard. Usually you have to lay them flat if you're doing it that way and have one parent hold the arms and one parent hold the legs. And then they can still rotate on you. This is an excellent, and it's been around for like 50 years. I actually got to know the Pigg-O-Stat inventor's son through the internet. He reached out and actually is creating a second generation model. But the Pigg-O-Stat is tried and true, and it's used by thousands and thousands of people. Those things are about, if I remember right, they're like $3,000 to $5,000. They're not cheap, but they work excellent, and just about every hospital has one. So there's your Pigg-O-Stat. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go try and find some images to insert into the video here.